Hi, everyone. Steve Adubato. This is an important program, an important segment. We kick off with someone who's awfully important in this state, in this nation. Cecilia Zalkind is I don't like saying this, Seal, the former president, and chief executive officer of Advocates for Children of New Jersey. After 38 years fighting the good fight, making a difference, and bringing the issue and the matter of childcare to the forefront in this state, this region, and I want to believe in the nation. Hey, Seal, good to see you.
Very nice to see you, Steve.
I don't like calling this an exit interview because that's not my job, and you're not going anywhere. But first of all, we'll put up the ACNJ website, and also this is part of our Reimagine Childcare initiative that we've been working on for several years in cooperation with you and your team. So what are you most proud of after almost 4 decades making a huge difference when it comes to childcare and advocacy around childcare?
So I think it's been an incredible career and an opportunity. It's just been an honor to serve at ACNJ with all the incredible people I've met, including you, Steve. We go back a long way. If I look back on what I'm proudest of, first is preschool and our work around preschool. We were a neutral party who convened a coalition of school districts, Head Start, childcare, looking at this incredible opportunity the Supreme Court offered the state to develop a well-planned, high-quality preschool program. And since then, hundreds of thousands of 3- and 4-year-old children, those least likely to have access to high-quality early education, have started on a pathway to success through preschool. Probably that is the thing I'm most proud of. And the role we played in facilitating that conversation and presenting the group's recommendations to the Supreme Court. Very close second for me is our school breakfast campaign, which we kicked off in 2011 when New Jersey was almost last in the country for serving eligible children school breakfast. We were, I think, 48th. And we started a very unusual campaign. And within 3 years, 100,000 more children were receiving breakfast in school every day. What was unique about that campaign is it took one policy change that the Commissioner of Education and the Secretary of Agriculture did through a letter. And then it was basically changing how people did business. Didn't require more money. It actually brought more money into the state. Didn't require a major policy change. And to me, I think what's unique about both of these for me is that we saw the implementation. As you know, it's very easy to advocate for policy change, but to see it actually happen, it's another story. And both in preschool and school breakfast, we were able to see that success.
Again, Reimagine Childcare is a public awareness initiative that we've been involved in for several years. Advocates for Children of New Jersey, they advocate. We try to inform. There's a blurry line sometimes. And I always wonder, what's the other side when it comes? Let's cover both sides of this issue. I'm not sure what the other side is when it comes to accessible, affordable, quality childcare. But here's where I want to go with this, Seal. So where we are right now in 2023, moving in 2023, when this will be seen, when it comes to childcare, accessible, affordable childcare, there have been many successes, but we still have a long way to go. There's a package of bills introduced by State Senator Teresa Ruiz, a leader in this regard, and we will be interviewing the senator. Actually, today we're taping an interview with her. That is a very important initiative. Talk about that Thriving by 3 Act that the senator is leading and why it matters so much.
Well, Thriving by 3 is one bill of a multi-bill package that the Senate.
It's a multi-bill package
That's introduced. But Thriving by 3, which was introduced in April, signed into law in June, and funded in this year's budget, was a remarkable achievement. What it sets out to do is to create a program to develop more high-quality childcare for infants and toddlers. Infant and toddler care is in very short supply, and it is regarded as childcare, not education. This is an opportunity to create that education system that young children need. Learning doesn't begin at preschool.
Okay, so there are a whole range of other initiatives in Senator Ruiz's package, and we'll talk to her about that extensively. What is one specific area where we have not made significant improvement, where we must in 2023 and beyond as it relates to a child care?
It's staffing. If you look at how the childcare industry has survived the pandemic, it has survived under incredible challenges, but it is struggling to get reestablished, greatly due to the lack of staff. Staff in classrooms, teachers, child caregivers are finding more lucrative job opportunities elsewhere. When you can earn more and have health benefits at Amazon or Costco, that says something about how we regard our childcare industry.
But Cecile, devil's advocate question here. So a child care center, we should be paying those who care for our children in a variety of different settings more. But is that the role of the government to provide greater subsidies to those organizations? If those organizations pay more, they're more likely to raise their rates if it's a private organization. And there's a catch-22 here. Help us on this.
Well, I do think it is a government investment that's needed. When you've asked what's on the other side of advocacy, it's money. We need a greater investment in childcare at every level. Programs need greater support. Staff needs to be well compensated for the work that they do. And parents need help in affording childcare. When you have to pay $16,000 a year for childcare for your infant, that's a huge amount of money. And I think we need to look at childcare as a public good that contributes not just to supporting families and children and programs, but to our state's economy. People can't work without childcare. And when you look at the percentage of women in the workforce in New Jersey, a very expensive state for a family to live and thrive,
absolutely,
childcare is essential.
And the role of parents in this fight, in this battle, in this campaign to make more of a difference in the area of affordable, accessible childcare, the role of parents, talk about it.
Well, I think for me, the last 2 years have been a very exciting opportunity to work with parents in a different way. We have always been an agency that listens to providers, to parents. We don't pretend we have all the answers to policy solutions. But this year, last 2 years, we've made an intentional commitment to work with parents to lead our advocacy agenda, not just to carry it out. And I have learned so much from our Parent Leadership Council. We have 26 parents on our council who have stepped up to advocate for themselves, for their children, and for other families like them. When you hear about authentic voices and the power of authentic voices, they have certainly proven that to me over and over.
You know, Cecile, we met, I believe it was in the late 80s. Ciro Scalera, your predecessor as the leader of ACNJ, now on the board of trustees of the Caucus Educational Corporation, our not-for-profit production company. And I actually know that our team, apparently you, against my wishes, shared a picture, and you'll just see the aging. It's horrible. That's another story on me. So I'm curious about this. After nearly almost 4 decades of doing this on your part, I asked you what you're most proud of, but from a personal perspective, one of the things I've known about you over the years is that family matters deeply to you. With your own children, grandchildren, who are such a big part of your life, it's a long-winded question, but I'm curious about this. You don't separate the blessings and the good fortune you have had and they have had with good quality childcare. And I've said this myself about our own children, with those who do not have that. That is very real for you. It's personal.
It is personal. You know, every child deserves the best start in life. And I think every family struggles. When I look at my daughter's issues and struggles with childcare, I was her childcare provider for part of my granddaughter's first year. I took my vacation days every Wednesday for a year so I could drive into New York and take care of her. As my daughter patched together, as most parents of young children do, a childcare plan that allowed her to work. And it was a gift to be able to do that. But not every family has that family connection. Not every family has that access. This is something that every family deserves. You know, I think it was a monumental moment when the Supreme Court decided that preschool was part of education. And that's what it took. It took the recognition that early education is education, and it bears the same public responsibility, including funding, as K-12 does. We have to move that needle back to younger children, starting at birth.
Well said. Hey, Sia, what's next? Real quick, what are you doing next? You're tired of people asking that. What's next after 38 years at ACNJ?
I'm going to sit back and see what's there. I'm visiting my daughter in New Mexico for a month. I'm excited about that. I believe my grandchildren have a lot of plans for me, some of which involve baking and cookies and grandma camp. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Hey, Seal, it's a cliche to some, it's not to me, and it's not to most people watching. Job well done. Thank you, my friend. It's been an honor to be a colleague, a partner, and someone who's interviewed you many times and learned every time. You fought a good fight. You're still fighting in your own way, and you're making a difference. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Steve.
We'll be right back.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, the Turrell Fund, supporting Reimagine Childcare, Holy Name, Seton Hall University, New Jersey Sharing Network, PNC, Grow Up Great, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, Johnson & Johnson, and by Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. Promotional support provided by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and by NJ.com.
Great drive fuels the leaders of tomorrow and today. Great vision paves the way for a brighter future. Great ambition goes places, moving onward and upward. Great empathy finds strength in kindness and in each other, working together to create something bigger than they ever imagined. Great minds can change the world, and great minds start at Seton Hall.